brightness of thy 423 rising. Brightness of thy 423 rising. We're going to do this rather quickly on today. This is Hi Servant Mother Doris, founder I Am Sent Me, builder of the storehouse. Today is April the 23rd. That's right, April the 23rd. This month had just, my goodness. It's that time. So April the 23rd of 2021. This is Live Light, MD Class 2021. And I'm here to get us through the year 2021. I'm here with light. And light is something you can see to make your life easy. To make your life easy. Those are light words. And so today is that most blessed day of his servant. It has been that way since October the 23rd of 1987. That's how long light has been coming. And words the Lord gave unto his servant, I'm trying in every aspect of the word light to make your life easy. L-I-G-H-T. And so it took a little moment for us to hear those words running together. I am trying. And then all of a sudden we realized there's something going on in UMD that, can you hear the Spirit? The Spirit now. The Spirit. That is light, the Spirit. Can you hear the Spirit saying, I'm trying? Put those words together. And then, boom, it was there go that bop. And we got it. And so maybe we just need to step aside and let you just go ahead and make that life of MD most disciplined. That moment definer, that mountain dweller, life easy. Now, there's a lot of things going on in the world, and you know, we have people that want us to hit here, hit there, hit everywhere, and just let that gift of yours just tear up places. Well, we realize this, and hopefully someone with an ear for the Spirit will get this, AATW, all around the world, is that the Spirit has strategically put people in place. And what keeps slowing down the very progress of God, the Spirit, is that when you allow yourself, those that are led by the Spirit, to be led in other directions based on emotions, feelings, you know. And oh my goodness, if anyone could just really bounce here and there, bounce all over the place, it would be a servant, because, you know, we have those that were loved ones and things like that that are so close to the world. But that being said, while many are running all over the place, here, there, everywhere, you understand, that's given a opening, a leadway for Satan to just go straight there. So I feel the anointing of God. I better get up out of here. My God Almighty. Some of us just really have to stand in that gap. That's all we have to do. And dare the enemy to come past us. This is what he's got to meet. It's almost like he got to come there where the angels like, don't go, don't, Balak, don't do that. Don't you do that. If I were you, I would go in another direction. I would not go in that. Did you know? and we mean that from the heart, you see. And so this is one of the ways that the Lord has put us right in direct path. And so we could be in other places. And that's where we thank the Lord that even when he's placed us to stand in this gap, people have heard this for years, to stand in the gap, this is what's happening. That when something is really strong in the spirit, it has to be strong in the spirit. It has to be where, I'm telling you, it hits the high place, hits the roof. It has to be high, you see. And it gets the attention of the spirit, and we respond. But just to be running all over the place and things like that, we did that we put it like this for 16 years. Then here come the 17th year. And then at the end of that 18th year, that's when the Lord said, step aside. And then here came 2019, and then 2020, and here we are at 2021. And so this is a very, very powerful year because this whole year is covenant. And it gives those an opportunity. I couldn't find you. I went over there and this and that. I couldn't find you. Well, we're right here. And all that we're asking is something so light as those that come and see this here, this platform that has been created. The MD platform for light and life. See it here to go beyond, whether you like it or not, and hit that share. I know that might be a little difficult for some, but I just don't like it, so I just won't hit the share. Because it may not be for you, it may be for someone else. And sometimes if we just get out the way and learn to help someone else and stop always putting ourselves there and all, that maybe somebody can see God if you just get out the way. You understand? So we are here, and this is like a very powerful day, that day 23. That day 23 comes so powerful. It is concerned and even considered for his servant. When we hit that day, that we make sure, listen to this, we do everything in this most blessed day that we can possibly do. So, on that note, we're going to be, we didn't put an eye on that time. Let's get this eye on this time so we don't be here long. Because, his servant can get out there in that wind. And we could stay here, believe it or not. I know you don't believe it, but don't challenge us because we could be here all day long. But because we have other things to do, we make it of urgency. And then, like we said, for some of you, MD, you understand, time is of the very essence. So we just decided that there are others that really need to exercise their gift. And I would love for you to hear this in the spirit, because another reason why you're going to see a lot of his servant, we just have to find out where this is going And most likely it's going to end up on that Mother Doris Authentic page where we're going to exercise the gift. Because we believe that there are others, we're convinced now that there are others who really have tapped into this gift. And because it's so strong that it could be as if it's demonic or if it belongs to Satan. But we're going to show you that it does not belong to Satan, that it's in the place of God, and then when you can walk in this gift, you don't even have to go to a place. You can just be right here. I remember a time, I'm going to share this and then we're going to move along. I remember a time that, and my son, one of my sons, he's quite a ways away. He's in Atlanta. And we were having a discussion, and that was during a time when riots was breaking out all over the place. And, things was chaotic, during the time of that George Floyd and, all of that. And so the world was like chaotic at a moment. And people were protesting out on the streets. And I get a text, and the text is from his friend that they've been together for a little while, and unusual because it's not a communication line like that where she'll literally text me like that. It has to be something that's really like, like them two texting, or she's there, and he's like, here's, such and such, and we communicate like that. So for me to get a text directly from her, that caused us to respond. So when we responded, she let me know that, my son, that seed of his servant, is going out there on that street to protest, and he's about to do this and that and this and that. So it wasn't too long after she did that he ends up doing a video, sends it to us in the family, texts us this video. And so we see, his servant sees him, and he's out there in this group that's rowdy and everything. You could hear them or whatever, they looked to be kind of peaceful at that time and all. But it was just the reasoning behind that. And we said to him, son, remember those days. And we meant it from the heart. Remember those days. If you don't know about them, we'll put it out there because this is our most blessed day. And remember those days when your mother had to go on the streets, you understand? And we had to get on the streets because of the danger on the streets. Remember the time when we were on the streets and wanting to help folks and wanting to bring people to understanding that this is our neighborhood, this is our community. Let's work together and not fight with one another, draw guns on one another, disrespect, those that are of the law enforcement, and on and on and on we could go. And did you see the response and all what happened there? And you might get a little upset here, but why does it take for something to really go wrong for people to want to press in like this and to respond like this? Why can't we do this on a daily basis and all and show love here and show love there? Why does it always take something like tragic and violence and all of that and the taking of someone's life for folks to come together? And I said, you remember when your mother was walking that street taking guns from folks and things like that to see, don't like to really call them mothers, but moms giving them children back the guns and having to go toe to toe with other, these moms and letting them know what are you doing and things like that. And we got little to any cooperation until it really got so bad to the point that we had to go out there to really show how serious the God and his servant was and draw the bloodline and put that line on that road and dare anybody to come across that road. Did you see that? And so he's out there. Listen to this. He's out there. He is out there in that crowd with these people. You understand? I feel a yoke. Don't get mad. I did say that. These people. Because if you're going to protest, and you're going to protest right, let me get this. You're going to protest and protest right. You can't just be trying to fit in the crowd. Just to fit in the crowd. Because people are making noises. And people just want to fight. And people just want to get involved for all the wrong reasons. There's a timing that's for everything. And yes, you had folks, they were protesting for the right reason. And you had some that was out there just stirring up trouble. Well, that's not where you want to be. So we were talking, he put that video up all fast and we saw it. And we got on the phone right away, called him right where he was. And we said these words, get out of there. Said it to him just like this, get out of there. And he was wanting to explain why he was there. And I understand it. Son, I understand. I understand that we're really after this generation, especially the younger generation. But there's always a time and a place. Sometimes you can be in a place for the right reason and something go wrong. And this is not a fear in my spirit for to put in anyone or things like that. Because if God be on your side, who can be against you? But then at the same time, you still have to have wisdom. You have to have knowledge. You have to have understanding. And you must know what time it is. You see, what time is this? And so I have this gentleman, and I've really been trying to not change what I'm doing here and all, but we get in locations and things like that, and people see you and they don't really understand who you are and things like that. We have try to get past stalkers, and we have sometimes when they really find out who's whatever, they really be outside, y'all. So I don't want to have to be go close the blinds over here because it brings in such sunlight. So we want to try to flow, even though I have some people downstairs kind of gathered around. We're going to keep going, all right? And so nevertheless, hear us in the spirit. We said to him, get out of there. Get out of there. And he has good points and things like that because, they're great leaders. You see, there are great leaders and people do listen to them, and that's beautiful. But this is not the timing for this. Know where we are in the spirit, and let's keep going so that we're not distracted or pulled away, and that we keep going. And when the timing is right, then we'll do, and on we went. And so, he's he's that strong person, And so I let it be and put the phone down and let him do whatever he's doing because he's grown, When you're grown, you're on your own, so let him do it. And as soon as his servant went to put that phone down, and we're done, and I knew he was going to be there for a little minute, and his friend is concerned. And then I text her back, and I'm like, I'm a little disappointed right here, because, his servant knows those that have these sons that come out of this womb of his servant. These aren't just average young men. And it's going to take someone. I told them that I'd say it here if they was, say it again if they were here. It's going to take a certain type of woman, a special type of woman to deal with you. You understand? Because of who you are. It's going to take someone very special to deal with you. And to keep thinking that it's just, the plain and the, whatever kind of type of female it's going to be all right with you. It's not going to work out for you. And I'm texting her these things and things, and she, I tried to, and this and that, but I'm letting you know it takes strength to deal with this, you see, and all. And so here we are, and get done with that text with her. And then when that's all done and she couldn't get him to move and all, then the Spirit spoke to his servant. And this is what the Spirit said. And I heard it so loud and so clear. The Spirit said to his servant, send him a sign. Just like I feel the anointing of God. Says, send him a sign. And at first, almost forgot something. This is what made me question it. It's because what came before it says, Says you, when it says, how did it come? Says you got the power, send him a sign. So you got the power now, send him a sign, just like that. It's been a little minute. You got the power now, send him a sign. And right away that kind of like triggered something, because I was like, had the flashback of that building. And I'm like, is this Satan trying to play with me right now concerning my son, trying to tell me, you got the power now. Send him aside. You understand? You'd have to see the video to see where I'm going with this. And so that thing, and let me get on out of here. And so that kind of triggered something. And so I waited a second. And also I make sure, am I hearing this correct? You understand? Because I don't want to do this in the wrong spirit, Lord. So I heard it. And then all of a sudden it hit home about the time where we had to go all the way to that building, 709. We might as well talk about it. Today is the 23rd. It is building day and all. And so that's another most blessed time of this day, is that it's building day, and it is the original building day. So we don't mind grabbing this right here and even going to that building, 709. And it was at that building where we said we were cleaning up around that building, picking up that trash, picked up something, and it completely, when I picked it up, it went straight through me. Whatever was in that bag went straight through his servant, all the way in my system, upset my system, messed my whole system up. I'm telling you, it messed me up, just touching that bag. And then all of a sudden, the Spirit spoke to me and said, because it had been a long time since we touched things like those types of spirits. And around that building, it was homelessness, and, they come there and they do all kind of stuff. They shoot up needles, you understand? They do dope, they do drugs, and they did it all around that building. And they messed, they left their, bowels and all that things, things like that. They literally used it like it was a bathroom. And this is very truthful. And I touched it, and when I touched it, I'm telling you, it went through his servant, got stuck in my gut, messed my gut completely up. And then that's when the Lord said to his servant that he needed me to be strong. I need you to be strong again for spirits. And I hadn't touched spirits, cast spirits out. I haven't done that for a good minute. We were doing pretty good there for a minute. We weren't in that direction anymore. And it was a long time since we touched spirits like that. And we touched this thing, and it went through his servant, and we felt it right away. And the Lord let me know I need you to be strong again. I need to be strong again. So that let me know I was coming back in that area again, even though we didn't want to. You see, had to do it even if we had to go to that building and get a refresher's course. And so that was some time ago. And then here we are in that year that just recently happened. And so when we heard that, it says, you strong now, you got the power, now send him a sign. So when it hit, we was like, oh, this can't be Satan, because, that was back there in that building, and we saw all the things that happened after that. And so it's like, okay, God, if you're saying this to me, because it can't be Satan, because he know what happened after all of that. And we went and we got the power. We went and we got the strength. You understand? If we're going to have to deal with these spirits again like this and things like that, we're going to make sure, hope you're hearing us, those that are coming into, hope you're hearing us. We have to go back, and we have to get that power, that strength again, to be able to deal with spirits and things, no matter who they might get in. And so here's the PowerPoint, is that when we heard it, knowing he's not going to budge, okay, God, this is you. Send him aside. We begin to send him aside. All right, Lord, this is, and get him to move. Get him to move. And so we sent the sign, and we had that video where he's showing that while he's doing what he's doing, and they are protesting, then all of a sudden somebody broke out real wild, and he's like, oh, like he gave his word, like, got to go. And so that's what we mean. That's what we mean, that we literally are in a place now for those that really try to get his servant to move and to Can you come here? Can you do this? Well, mother, how come you're not talking about this? Or, mother, how come you're not responding to this? Or even text, people text and wonder why I'm not responding to even that text. Is because when you've come past something such as we have and things like that, we're not getting out of the way now, like to run in different areas when the Lord has called us to stand still. Sometimes you just have to stand still and see the salvation of God and trust the power in you that even the Spirit can roam in places that need the Spirit to be there. All right? So he did get up out of that area, and later on he did call and did apologize for being there. And mother, I understand. And so the Lord can bless him for that, because he gets that understanding and things like that. Because everybody's fight is not your fight, you see. You have to know where you are and the season in which you are in. You understand? You have to know where God is taking you next. It's almost like, and I'm getting ready to get up out of here and get over here and do this great read. It's almost like if somebody can hear, because see, this is why people keep going round and around and around and around in a circle. This is why people, end up in the same place year in and year out. It's because they keep stepping out of place. It's because they keep going in different directions because somebody else is going over there. And just because this person goes back to the wilderness, where are you? Right now, we are telling you we're in the place of the Spirit. And the Spirit, yes, can go anywhere the Spirit wants to. So right now, the Spirit desires to stand still and to see the salvation of the Lord. People to see the Spirit. If you can catch that in the light. For people to see the Spirit. You see, and see, the Spirit don't have to go through all of that. You understand? Sometimes just send the word, and the word is enough to deliver, to make free, to make whole by the power of God. And so that being said, because we want to come out of this year in a higher place, come out of 2020, now we're in 2021, and we declare that those that are in covenant, we're coming into some of the most powerful years like never before. There is a place in God where even the enemy can't touch it. He may come and try. That would be his duty. That'd be something that he does do. But you can get in a place with God. Your mind can get in a place with God. Your spirit, your soul, that lines your whole body up to the Spirit of God. And the enemy won't even dare to touch you, And that's not being arrogant. You understand? That's being confident. And it's being confident in our Lord and in our Savior and all. That's all that is. And so today is a very powerful day for his servant because it's the most blessed day. And we're going to be out. But listen to this before we really forget. We will, because we'll get out in that wind and we'll be totally like absent-minded because we'll be focused to the Spirit. But listen to this. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, on tomorrow, we will not be anywhere on any of these pages, on any of these walls. We refer to them as walls. We will not be here. All right. Every Saturday, we fast from the internet, from the media all together. And we do it for the whole day, the whole entire day. It's a cleansing of the spirit, a cleansing of the mind, a cleansing of the soul, which happens, listen to this. The soul can be so pure if you just watch what goes between these two little eyeballs, these two holes in your head. Your spirit can begin to clean itself, cleanse itself, if you just watch what you're watching. If you just grab a hold of what you're looking at. And though it might be tempting and luring to get you there, this has to be very strong than this right here, because this is so powerful because it penetrates to the soul. And so for a whole day, which is Saturday, you will not find us anywhere here. No live feed. We won't do that at all. And we challenge those that are coming into the class. Most disciplined. It takes a most disciplined individual servant to do these things. And because a whole lot of things can be going on in the world, and you can still have these in your eyes, these eyes to see, but you don't see it. And you're not affected by those things. And so on tomorrow, for the whole day, we challenge you to get off the internet. Get off that media. See something you've never seen before. Take some time for you and enjoy yourself. So what we're going to do is that tomorrow we're normally at a certain building, but today is building day. But what we're going to do is on tomorrow, while we're at the building, we're going to do that video like we do. We're going to do that lap like we do. And then we're going to, what we like to do is we like to enter it in. So we're going to enter it in on today, which is the most blessed day, which is the original building day. So look for that video to come with like the number 23 on it, because they're going to link together as one. And that's where we're going to be. Glory and me, we're going to be there on tomorrow. So if you look for us to be live on any of these walls of salvation, we will not be there. All right, and it's for that reason that we're redeeming that Saturday back to Glory and me. All right, so on that note, let's do the Arise Shine. And we were going to do we were going to put in a CD. And for the early part of the morning, what we have done is that we were listening to quite a bit of the different tapes, classic cassette tapes. And we were going to do one where we're going to, you would have heard me speak into one of my son's life, and how that took us to pray for all the males and the man child and the male seed. And we listened to that, but we want to hold that off until Monday, because that's when we're over there on Mother Doris Authentic page, and it's all man, 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 man. So we want to hold off on that, so we couldn't do that. So then we went, and there was another one pressing that we were going to put out from the classic cassette that had the, I had to mature for this. And we listened to that, that's like way out there. So we like, no, can't do that. And then finally we grabbed the one that was the last message, 309, the last message 309. And we were going to play that, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do our great read, do the Arise Shine. Then we're going to show you something with the DOU involved, and then we're going to be done for today. How about that? We can do it. It's free indeed. So like we never know what can happen when we get here. So let's bring in the most blessed number that there is, that is part of, believe it or not, if it wasn't for this number here, 23, there's no way this right here that you see us doing today would be possible. So we want to like grab, let's put this back. Let's get 22 back where it belongs. Let's put this back where it belongs. I knew that was going to. Let's put that back where it belongs. And let's see what we come up with right here. That's the original there. Let's grab a copy. Let's do a duplicate of this number 3 so we can keep the original. Let's do this like this. Okay, there's the 2-3. The 2-3, the most blessed number, has just entered the place where the blessing of promise is resting, but the Lord is blessing still. Let's see if we can get a stronger backing for that one right there. Where can we find some empty ones? So I can grab one from over here. See if this one will be all right for now. Oh, it has two of them. Looks like we can make this work. Give this a stronger back that you can see that. All right, here comes that great read for April the 23rd of 2021. All you will need is that Bible with that holy in front of it. Now, people get offended when we say that, but if you really knew the light of that word holy, it just means right living, just R-I-G-H-T. And we said it before, and don't mind saying it again. If it wasn't for that word holy, there's no telling what most of us would be, where we be. You understand? But Lord, I just want to live right. And because we want to live right, it keeps us from doing all the things that we could do wrong. All right? And so all you will need is that B-I-B-L-E with that holy in front of it. And here we go. Make sure we have it completely the way it should be, that you get that great read on today that has the most blessed number in there. So do not forget that. Isaiah 60 and 1, Isaiah 60 and 3, Isaiah 60 and 4, Isaiah 60 and 2, Isaiah 60 and 3. You know we're going to do the Bible. Yes, we are. Isaiah 60 and 21, Isaiah 60 and 7, Isaiah 60 and 9, Isaiah 60 and 16, Isaiah 60 and 22, Isaiah 60 and 10, Isaiah 60 and 11. Here it goes, numbers only. 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 21, 7, 9, 16, 22, 10, 11. All right? Here it comes. Let's do the bop right away. Here's the bop. You ready? It comes out of Isaiah 60 and 2. And it says, 4, behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Here comes the bop. But it does not affect his servant, thy seed, thy people. Those that know it, you can do it. All right? And gross darkness the people. But it does not affect his servant, thy seed, thy people. All right? But the Lord shall arise upon thee, that affects his servant, thy seed, thy people. And his glory shall be seen upon thee. That really does affect his servant, thy seed, thy people. All right? Hopefully you got it. All right, because when that comes, we'll do some more because we have 7 days of that R-E-S-T. So if you didn't know what was going on right about there, that was that R-E-S-T, which is that righteous entering safe times. And see, that's another reason. That was one of the reasons why we had to really send that sign to our son at that time when all the riots and things was breaking out, is because you need to know where you're at, honey. We're at that righteous entrance safe times, and it doesn't matter what's going on all around the world. Somebody need to know that there is that rest that's in the Lord, and that's what David talked about. David said, rest in the Lord. There is that rest, and we don't have to wait till we get over there to the other side, get to heaven, get the glory, to have this R-E-S-T. We can have it right here in the earth. And so, know what time it is. Don't let nobody take that rest from you early. All right, so this is what time it is. It's here for 7 days. 7 days now, so be sure you get it. It's going to be on the other walls as well. And get that R-E-S-T in your spirit. And all and know that you're the righteous of God. And because you're the righteous of God, that look at this, we can enter. That's why we ask you, when you come and you see us, come, enter in. Put your name out there. Don't be afraid to put your name out there. You see, get that blessing, receive that blessing, carry that blessing with you all day long. all evening, all night, in the wee of the morning. Keep that blessing upon you. Amen. Because if you can't get the blessing on you, then you could also get the curse on you. But I'm so glad that over here in that I am sent me, the storehouse, you understand that BOP for the blessing of promise. It's all about blessing after blessing after blessing. And who can curse what God has blessed? Can't nobody do it. Can't no man do it. I don't care what they say or what they do. All right, we did the great read. We're done with that. We let you know about the rest. We just enter it as soon as you see 23 come in, because there's only 22. You saw us move it back over there. That's as far as Isaiah 60 goes, 1 through 22. But because it's got to go, because when those alarms start going on, something else is going. So let me get on out of here. We only have that 22 day to 22 verses for us is considered blessing after blessing after blessing. But it only goes as far as 22. But the blessing, the Lord said, continues. It's every day, like give us our daily bread. And so the Lord let me see to take 2. This is the leading of the Spirit. To take 2 because of the blessing of promise. To take, because the promise, when God give it to you, don't you worry, He won't take it back. And so here it is. We had to take 2 of the Bible. That's what you saw. We took 2 and we took 3 to make one day. And that happens from here till this month is out. And we have to get all the way to day 30. So we have 7 days to go. Okay, closing with this. Look at this. This is where that DOU came from. We were minding our own business, and it happened on, listen to this, on April the 1st of 2021. So it looked like, okay, April Fool kind of day, but it wasn't. And the way it happened is there was minding their own business, not even thinking anything in the place of the Spirit, in my most comfortable place. And all of a sudden we got interrupted in the Spirit. And when it hit, we just think about to do you and spell it out, and I think that's too simple. And we want to make sure that our simple, we separate. Look at this, listen to this. We separate in the Spirit. See, the Spirit is so powerful that it separates. That's what the Spirit does. If you don't believe it, go back in the book of Genesis. You can see the power of the moving of the Spirit. So powerful that it can separate sky from sea. The Spirit can do that. And that looks like it can't be done because it's so fine together. It's like that fine line. It's like that thin line. But the Spirit can do so, right? And so here's the Spirit cutting through. So, because that just sounds so simple. So we know that we do more than just simple. It's light. So we don't get caught up in simple things or simply. We want to make sure you keep hearing light. L-I-G-H-T, light. And so that was just too simple. So he's like, no, that's just too, And then all of a sudden, whoop, it just flew across his servant's face so fast, it's like we had to run and get it. And then we saw the do like this, as this here, do you. And so right away we jumped on it and got on the phone, made some calls, and this is what I would like to have. All right, we got it, da-da-da-da. And so after this is where we would love for you to really hear about this Do You t-shirt that came from this, right? Do you. That's all we can do, right? Is that this is what blew his servant mind. It says, moreover, the Spirit would say that, and this is honest truth. Can't tell you how many times we've heard the Spirit when we're about to, well, Lord, these folks don't understand you like that. You understand? They don't understand that you can move like this. People don't understand that kind of power to the Spirit. You understand? And so you go a long time thinking you misunderstood because people don't understand that kind of power, that God can move like that and move in an individual so powerfully. So God, they really don't understand that, so we back up off of it. Do some things and then we back up off of it. Operate a little bit in the gift, back up off of it. You understand? But and so long we keep hearing, do you. You see, just do you. I'm most natural doing who I am. You understand? It's just who I am. So I heard it very clearly, that it made us take action. Do it, take care of it. So listen to this. Moreover, the Spirit would say this unto his servant, do you. That would come right after, listen to this, a Holy Ghost idea, you see. That would always, it would always be like that. And then we said, now that everlasting light. But this is what blew his servant mind. And hopefully this will bless somebody that hears in the Spirit well. Perhaps what I'm about to say next would touch you. And this is what the Spirit gave to me that made me jump up and like, I'm doing it right away. I'm going to make sure that I get this to me right away and start wearing it. All right? And you see it. We'll put the video here where we started wearing it. And this is what the Spirit said. The reason why we defect, the reason why we defect in the things we should perfect is because we won't do you. I was like, oh my goodness. I'm going to say it again. Got to say it again. The reason why we defect, where it looks like it's not working and all and things like that, that thing worked in my spirit. The reason why we defect in things we should perfect is because we won't do you. So we leaped on that right away, and we come up with, there it is. This one right here is in the bold and gold, right? It's the bold and gold. Underline the you because it comes from our favorite with you in mind line. All right, we have a line for the favor with you in mind. There's a bold in you that really needs to come out, right? And so we have one like this, which is that black and that gold. And it comes in male and female. We ask when you special order it that you will give us your size and how you prefer it, male, female. We ask, you don't have to do it, but we ask because we're working towards something. And all you have to stay with us to see what's going. But we're giving, the Spirit is about to separate male and female. Because see, we're at a day now, we can't tell the difference. But the Spirit, that fine line, that thin line, you understand, the cutting to the marrow of the bone, that's pretty close. But listen at this, that's what we're doing. So we will like highly suggest that the male get the male shirt and the female get the female t-shirt. And they fit perfectly. And it's very difficult for his servant to get a t-shirt that fits his servant very nicely. And when we ordered this, of course, we ordered a small. And when we did, it fit perfectly like a small should fit. All right? And so it also comes in silver and gold. There's a part that we're going to do about the silver and gold. Have I none? But such as I have, give I unto thee. You understand? The power of God. You see, and many a times the power of God, for the power of God to move, which most people have been deceived, doesn't need money to do so. It just needs the power of God. And the power of God can move so that people just begin to pour into you anyway. That's the power of God. So we have it comes in silver and gold. You can either request to have it in the front or on the back. All right? Those are just some of the suggestions that when you order it, you can request to do so. And all. And so this is that do you and all, because we definitely don't want any more, want to get out of this thing of defect. Another thing we got to close with, and then we're out of here. Hopefully it'll bless you too and all. And we put it up yesterday because it came in yesterday. It has the most blessed number on it, which is 23. We want to look at it for a little while before it goes to the storehouse. But anyway, we shared how this particular check had got lost. And the people that sent it said they sent it, and, you know, his servant didn't receive it. And so we gave it some time, as you can see, gave it some time, and then we still didn't receive it. But it had been already docked, you know, like, or noted, put on the record, whatever, that it was sent to me. but we never received it. And so when we got in touch with one of the managers and all, one that was in management, she said, I'll take care of it. She made a few calls. She ended up giving me a voice message. I received it, and then I hadn't heard anything. And then she says, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to send it again. So she said, I sent a couple of them, and now I'm waiting on the response. And as soon as I get one, she left a phone call, a message on the 20th of this month. And she says, I sent a couple of them. As soon as I get a response, I'm going to call you and let you know that we have it, da-da-da-da-da. And that was on the 20th. And then 2 days later, I get another call from this one of the sweetest person that I met being here. She's very sweet. And she calls and Miss, they call Miss Green, are you there? And I'm like, I'm here. She says, well, can I come by? And I was like, yes, you can. And so she comes by and she gives it to me. And it has my most blessed number on it. And it was so powerful. If we waited another day, it would have come here today. But it came on that LIGHT day, which is that light day. And we said in that video, it made things pretty light. And so we brought it here on today. It's in his servant hand. And all, that's what we're holding right here. If you want to see it, we'll put it on it has my information on it, so I can't really plop it up on the screen unless perhaps we do it like this. We might can do it like that so you can see it's the same one. But anyway, that being said, we put it on the wall of the storehouse because that's the storehouse. And things like this go into the storehouse so that it can be a blessing to others. And we also, when we do things like this and things that happen where we know that we've exhausted our power, you understand, all within our power to do it, and then we see a higher power step in, we thank the Lord for that because we shared how it's been moments like this, unexpected, not looking for it, and then all of a sudden, it just breaks in just like that, and it breaks it at the perfect timing. We know it's all God. And so we always take these like this to the storehouse to be a greater blessing. So when you see this over there on the storehouse, you'd have to take that little pop over, because we're closing now. You take that little pop over to I Am Sent Me Wall of Salvation. When you get over there, there's a lot of paths, we call them of righteousness, paths of righteousness. It's to get people back into the place in which they can be that blessing. Because you know a lot of people want blessings without becoming a blessing. And so on that wall, we put this up, this main checkup, and we challenge leaders, we challenge believers, whoever you are, life supporters, whatever you are, and you are a believer of the work of the Lord and all the things that you see that's happening on these walls. We're not just going to a building anymore to just look at a building. We're going to possess the land. We're going to get a building. The very desire of his servant is to do something that his servant has never done before. We've had houses given to us. We've had all kinds of cars given to us. We've had money offered to us, all kind of things. And, you know, we've had to have that, what we said is our calling that come out of Matthew's 10. We had to give it all back. You understand? Because we were going through this light journey. We had to know, you know, the things that come to us, if it be of God or if it be of man. And if it be of God, then we have to understand that only God gets the glory for that. And so we've given a lot of things back, and you can even take a visit on, but you'd have to take that little bop over to I Am Sent Me. You see building after building after building. Well, some of those buildings we actually held a meeting in. And in some of those buildings, we actually was given an offer for that building. And for some of those buildings, the actual owner, he would say, they would say that they wouldn't sell it to anyone but me. And so that's been the journey. And in the moving of the Spirit and things like that, like we said, when we first came here, that was not what we were seeking like that. We weren't even seeking people. And it took the Spirit through the light to show us everywhere we went that people would show up. You see, just like here, we're talking about how people would get outside. They're doing that. and all, because and they see that a certain time I'm here and I'm in this window, and they'll be outside. And so everywhere we've gone, there's always been people. So we realize that there is a higher calling and a greater blessing and a need for a building now. Every building we have, we said if all the people came and we put them all together from the different locations, it wouldn't be room enough for them. And so we are pursuing that building, that land and all. But first of all, we're just looking for a place to branch out of because the vision is much bigger than just one building. And so we're encouraging and asking those that would hear the Spirit, that when you see what we're doing and you see in this time that we're spending with you, it's just not for naught, that we're headed in the direction. So every time you get to that wall of salvation of I am sent me, don't let the figures over there and the different amounts that you see, because that's what makes people run from their blessing. We ask that if you know that you can do it, do you. And all. And you may not be in that $10,000 or the $20,000 or the 1 million or the 2 million to work us to the 232 million for the whole complete project. You may not be there, but nevertheless, what part is you? What part are you going to play in us getting this building? Because one thing we learned, and this is where we close, when you see this amount and that's you, do you. And it's over there. It made its arrival there on yesterday. And all will refresh it again today to have it for day 23. Match the 23 with the 23. On that note, if you can hear us, when you get to that wall of I am sent me, what made that wall become the wall? Ministry wall for storehouse, you see it now, the Shabbat. What makes that wall home for the blessing of promise is everything that you see on there. Well, imagine all of that going into a building. Just imagine that. Imagine all that going into a building, because it is. And so when you look at a certain amount that's there, understand that there's nothing like, and we'll say this one more time by taking a trip to 709, there's nothing like seeing something that's perfect and you would love to have it, but you're not in position to get it. And then no need to beat yourself up over it. You understand? Well, Lord, did you see every week giving 100 here every week? Did you see, over $10,000 here? Did you see all the different baskets and the prophetic 25 and all the buildings and everything we've given up, even houses? We could have had 4 houses already for our son. No need to beat yourself up over there. We reckon that up to the light journey. But when the Lord gives you a glimpse and takes you somewhere and say, this, you can have it also. And it's the time to have it. Then what we begin to do, and we said it, it's out. We said how the Lord said at that building, you still want to build it. Yes, Lord. Because it got to the point where it looked like we would settle for just being a caretaker of that building. And the Lord said to me, do you just want to take care of building, or do you want to build it? See, there is that fine line. There's that cunning through the Spirit. Because we could just get comfortable, you see. And I could kick back here for the rest of my life. I have no rent to pay, have no mortgage to pay. They pay all of everything. You understand? And I'm living my best life. But the Lord wasn't through. And we've had many times to retire. People get to 20 years and retire. And we've retired 3 times in different positions in our life. From military, you see, to marriage, to ministry. Yet, we can't stop because we see the condition of even the believer that is a receiver, the child of God, the church of God, the children of God, the world itself, you see. And so that being said, we at that moment begin to condition this mind that we're going to get a building. And so it's been things like this that come in that we can store up and all because we have a certain amount and we don't want to do this. We will not do this in debt. And so every time you see that, think about that. Think about every amount you submit, that a portion is going to, well, you can see by looking at that wall. Some go to boost these videos, you understand. Some go to the storehouse. Some go in other locations. Some go in the basket, you understand. And it's all for different places. Some go into the actual mission work because we have the well, you understand, we have the lad's meal. And so it's distributes wisely. Think about that, all right? Because we're getting in position to buy our land. We're going to get some land. And so we said if it hits in the year right now, the 22nd year, we're excited because as soon as we get it, we're going to hold a meeting right then and there. Promise to God in heaven, we're going to do so. If it happens where his servant has to do it alone, then we've already put the date out for the year 2022. But we're ready. Any way you look at it, we're ready. So we're looking for you to support us. And all when you get over there, when you see these videos and you see that light course or you see whatever type of the wear that you see a servant wear, you would like to be a part of that. You would like to receive that. You would like to wear it on the days that we wear it so we can be one and all. And you go ahead and you get that. That's all towards positioning ourselves to get our own land. All right? So just a little light there for you to hear that. And this is April the 23rd of 2021, and on every 23rd, the day 23rd is always original building day. And so we're going into it like never before and we look to come out this time with results, all right? Because it's nothing like seeing what you want, but not being in position to get it. And so that made us condition our mind that if we want a building, then we will get in position to get a building. All right? So that being said, when you get over there, you see all of that. And keep that in your spirit, that we're going in the direction and in the place of a building. We're going to put all of this. Love to see this, what you see here, make it to its final resting place for real. And then watch and see how powerful. Because all we're going to do when we get the building is what my mother left these words with me to do. And that is heal the sick. All right? Well, until Sunday. Sunday will be what? The 25th. It's 23rd, 24th, 25th. The 25th. We're going to come back in here on this platform, and we're going to talk up those that are in these places of sacrificing. Sacrifice after sacrifice after sacrifice. To get you to a place where you can make that decision. And here comes the Spirit to cut through to see if you're going to continue to sacrifice or do you want the blessing. That's where we're going to be on this Sunday. So do join us. We start mounting up at around 7:09. And it's going to start scaring you at somewhere around May the 5th. It's going to start scaring you when we are here exactly at 7:09. So all of this has been for that. So that's what we've been pushing ourselves, to position ourselves, condition our mind to be here promptly at 7:09. That is when the door is open. So that's where we're coming. That's where we're pressing our way to. All right? So look for, we love a good challenge and all we do, always. So until then, peace, order, harmony, pleasant. In that order, arise, shine until we see you again.